concept, that's nothing but a data manipulation. So what is this data manipulation? So as a data analyst, we are actually going to handle the data. So handling the data, that's nothing but reading the data, group out the data, cleaning the data, transforming the data. So this cleaning the data, that's nothing but we are just going to handle our missing data. So missing data in pandas, which will be mentioned as our NaN values. So we start to handle our missing data. So now I am just going to start with our import numpy as NP, then import pandas as PD. That's nothing but we are importing numpy in the name of NP and we are importing pandas in the name of PD. So now I am just going to create a variable name. So df, then again now we are going to create a pandas data frame. So pandas dot, so data frame. So what is this data frame? That's nothing but which is used to give the very clear structure for our data. So now I am giving data frame. So now we are going to create a multiple datas for this. So now I am just starting with 5, 2, 7, 0. This is nothing but one data, one row data. So the next data which I am planning to give is 3. We need to give in the square bracket 3, 4, 1. Great. So the next thing we are just going to start with, that's nothing but I am just going to give NaN values. So what is this NaN? NaN, that is nothing but which is not available values. So 4, 5. Great. So after this we are going to create one more row, 4, 3, 1, 4. Okay. Great. We created all the rows. Now I want to give a column name for this rows. So how to give a column name in this kind of structure? So we have a inbuilt function, that's nothing but columns, columns. So now I am giving a list, that's nothing but this list data type ABCD. Great. So now I am just running this. We having a syntax error. So yeah, we need to close the square bracket here and we need to give a column list like this, because all this are one data and this is our another data. So I am just creating like this. Great. Now we don't have any error. Let's print our df. Yeah. So we got the column names and we got the row names. Great. So now here we having an NaN. So what is this NaN? This NaN, that is nothing but null values or the data is not available. Those kind of meanings are for NaN. So now we are going to remove this NaN row. So when we are having a particular NaN, how to handle this? Usually we used to remove the NaN values. So the variable name dot drop now. So drop now is nothing but an inbuilt function of our pandas which is used to remove the NaN row. Great. So the NaN row, that's nothing but our second row which is got removed. Okay, now I don't want to remove the row. Instead of, I want to fill the row with some values. So the variable name dot fill now. I am just giving on 5. Great. So now our NaN value which is filled with 5. Great. So now we are going ahead with the next thing. That's nothing but we are again going to create one more data frame, which is nothing but having a multiple NaN values. Here we have only one row with NaN. Now we are going to create one more data frame which may have a multiple NaN values. Data frame. So here I am just going to give a, this is nothing but a key name, and in square bracket we are just going to give 1, 2 and then numpy dot NaN, and then again Here also we are just going to give numpy.nan. Great. So now we just filled out these values. Now let's create a 3 rows 3 columns. So now we'll be going ahead with another key name. So this is nothing but our actually dictionary data type. I am just creating a key name key value pair 5 numpy.nan and then again numpy.nan. Great, we created this. Then again I am just going to give one more key name, the key name that is nothing but a C. So here I am just giving 1 2 3. Great. So we have a dictionary data type which is having a 3 key name. So key values, we give a list which contains 3 values. Okay, let's we create this. Let's we print this. Great. So now we have a NaN values in first row and a second row. So now I am planning to apply drop now function. You know what is drop now is, which is used to drop out the NaN values. Great. So here we have 1 NaN and here we have 2 NaN. So now Dataframe find this NaN. So it's remove this row. Now what we are going to do is, so by default Dataframe is removing based on row. So now what we are going to do is, we are going to remove based on column. df dot drop now where axis equal to 1. So when we are giving axis equal to 1, yes, we are going to remove the column based values. Great. So we remove the row wise NaN and column wise NaN. Now what next? The next thing is, I want to apply some condition. So the condition is THRESH, thresh, so equal to 2. So when I am just giving thresh equal to 2, it actually keep at least the condition based non-NaN values. Let's see how to handle this. So we have a df dot drop now. So in a bracket I am just giving thresh. Okay, great, I am giving a 2. So now this 2 that is nothing but which is used to get 2 non-NaN values. So which is used to get 2 non-NaN values. So now it will go and check in the df. So at least the rows, it should have 2 non-NaN values. So here everything is a non-NaN values. Great, this will be selected, and here we have only 1 NaN values obviously, then 2 is a non-NaN values. So second row also selected. So the next thing is, we are going to handle the third row second index. This is nothing but where we have a 2 NaN values and only 1 value. So now again I am just going to apply the drop now. Great. So based on thresh, that's nothing but which is used to give the condition. It will check at least the particular non-NaN values. Great. So now drop now, column based, row based and the condition based done. Now again we'll go for the fill now. So fill now, which is used to fill out any elements in NaN. So 10 which is filled by our drop now. Sorry, fill now. So now what we are going to do is, we are going to fill string in fill now function. So df dot fill now, what I am going to fill is, that is nothing but a string. So I am giving fill value. Okay. So yeah, let's give in the order fill value. Great. So we can able to fill anything. It may be a integer, string, float, whatever itself. We can able to fill it out. Great. So the next thing is, we are going to get mean value for fill now function. So what does this mean? Mean, that is nothing but simple average of the number. That is what our mean is. So for example, when we are having a multiple numbers like 34, 56, 78, 98 and then 100 like this. Now all this value gets added and divided by number of elements in the row. So for example, now I am going to calculate a mean value for following numbers. I'm just going to make in the markdown so to get understand about our mean. So mean, so here mean, so mean equal to, I am just going to calculate a mean for 600 plus 470 plus 170 plus 430 plus 300, plus 430 plus 300. Great. Now it will add all these elements and divided by 100 because here we are having 5 numbers. So all these things will be added and divided by 100. So addition value of all these things are 1970. So now to calculate the average I am giving an 5. So my final output will be 394. So the mean value of the given number, that is nothing but 394. Great. So now what we are just going to see is variance. So what is variance? So the variance is nothing but which is used to take each and every number and to calculate the square root of the number and divided by sum of the number. That's what variance is. So I am just going to calculate a variance where this is also I am making in a markdown. So now where we have something like we just assume where 206 caret 2, that's nothing but a square root of 2, and plus 76 square root of 2 plus 224 square root of 2 plus 362 square root of 2 and then 94 square root of 2. So these are some different numbers. So when we are just going to calculate 206 plus 76 plus 224 plus 362 plus 294, it will give you mean value. Now I am taking the square root of each and every element. Now again I am dividing by 5. This will give the variance number. So this is what variance is. Now standard deviation. So what is standard deviation? That's nothing but square root of your variance. Square root of our variance, that's nothing but our standard deviation. So all the numbers get added and divided by 5, which is known as mean. So each and every element squared by 2 and divided by n numbers, that is known as variance, and square root of variance, that's nothing but our standard deviation. Great. So now we know mean, variance and standard deviation. So now instead of filling some filter function, what we are going to apply is we are going to apply mean function. So mean, that is nothing but all the values divided by n numbers. Yes. So now we are going to apply the filter. So now df, okay. Now I want to get the mean value based on columns. So for example, A columns. So I am just applying an A dot filter. So where I am giving a value. So then df A. Great. So after this, what I am given is df A. So from the df variable, the A column I am going to fill with the value dfa dot mean. So I am going to calculate the mean, fill with the mean values. So I just make like this. Great. So now value of filter is nothing but mean value of the A column. Great. So now the mean value of A column, that is nothing but 1.5. Right. So when 1.5 plus 1.0 plus 2.0, okay, we got the 3.0. So 3.0 divided by 2. So our answer is 1.5. So this is what our mean value is, and we got our mean value. Great. So now we know what is mean, and we just fill out our NaN values based on mean. So now the next thing what we are going to discuss, nothing but group by value. So what is group by? So group by, that is nothing but I am going to make a group of related values together. That is what group by values. So we create one small data set. So we create a data frame. I am just going to create a dictionary of 1. So this one, which is going to hold the value of a list, maybe 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this is one value. So the next thing is true. So this 2, where I am going to give, let's give the related value. So what I am giving, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2. Why is I want to make a group by values. That's the reason I am just making this. Then again, letter. So this letter I am just going to make same group, A, and then A, and then B, and then again B, and then C. Okay, great. So now we apply this data frame. So for 1, 2 letter. Now we have the dictionary, we are going to apply with the data frame. So pandas dot data frame, where I am going to create the D. So then now we'll print the df, where our output is one column name and all the values is filled. Great. So now we are going to apply the group by element. So how to check the group by? So now what we are going ahead is 1. It's nothing but a variable name. df dot group by. This is an inbuilt function which is used to make a group of elements together. Okay, now I need to tell based on which column or which row I am planning to make a group. So I am giving a letter. So this letter, that is nothing but a one column name which is used to make a group based on this letter. Okay, so now I will be just giving print of 1. Let's see how it looks. Oh god, we get something like pandas.core group by generic data frame group by object at like this. So now pandas actually apply the group by, but still we can't able to get the output. So why? The reason is pandas apply the group by, but it don't know by which way to group it out. So for example, now you are chosen group by based on letter. So now it will find the unique elements, like where here we have A, B, C. Great. So in this A, we are having some elements like our so in this element we are having two columns, 1 and 2. Yeah. So now this 1 which is contains 1, 2 and this 2 column which contains 2, 2. Great. So now it's need to group based on which function. So either I need to sum it out and group, either I need to apply mean function to group. So now we need to tell pandas, you just sum it and group the elements. Either we need to tell else apply the mean and to group the element. So now what we are just going to do is variable name dot sum. So now your 1, that's nothing but this variable name, group your data frame based on the letter column based on the sum. Great. So we have an A letter, so it's group based on 1 and 2. So like 1 and 2 is now column name, where it's going to group 1 plus 2 it's in 3 and 3 plus 4 it's in 7, and C which is having only one category, so we are just getting this. So this is how our group by function works on our pandas. So the next thing is, if you want to group by based on two columns, is it possible? Yes, of course, this is possible. So now I am going to create one more variable name that is nothing but a 2. So now we are going to apply the group by function for letter and 1. So letter, that's nothing but one column, and again one one which is having a different number. So we choose 2 for now. Great. So now we apply the 2. So we execute this. So now how to get the 2? We apply sum here, 2.sum. I'm just executing this. Yeah, letter 2. So now it will group based on 2 elements. So how it's it? So letter is one element which you are planning to group, and 2 is another element which you are planning to group by. So in letter we have a unique characters of A which is come as a one group, and then we have in 2 everything is similar. See, so everything is similar. So A and A which is considered as a one group, and here we have anyhow it's all similar, so it's taking on 2. So now 1 plus 2, we got a 3. So this is how our group by work based on 2 columns. So if I am applying a group by for unique characters, so for example we have one which is having only the unique characters, right? So how it will work? So now I am just going to create a group by for the unique characters. So we apply Dataframe dot group by. So based on what we are going to group it out, 1. So we need to apply some sum or something. So I am just giving a variable name x dot sum. I am just making a sum. See, we are just getting everything, unique values we are just getting. So now this is how your group by works. Okay, so now I want to know the descriptive statistics of my variable name. So for that perspective, df dot describe. So when I am just applying a df dot describe, I will get the descriptive statistics of my continuous weight numbers. So this descriptive statistics, that's nothing but the total count of my columns, and the mean value and the standard deviation value, the minimum quartile, maximum quartile, 25 percentile, 50 percentile of value, and 75 percentile of value. So this describe, which is used to get the descriptive statistics of my data set. So when it comes to group by, we are just going to group by based on 1. So now everything is a unique element, so we are just getting everything in our output. Great. So now our data manipulation, handling the missing values and group out, which got completed. See you on next tutorial.